Okay, so this is the heater that I'm going to use. This is the heating element. This is a stainless steel one, and as you can see, there's no temperature settings on the top because they are externally from the heater. So this is what I'll be using to do this mod. I suppose you could use the traditional ones where they have the little temperature settings actually on here, but I've got one of these, so I'm going to use one of these. So I have got my external filter already here. This is the All Pond Solutions 1400. It's without the UV bulb, which is where it would be here if this one had it. So this one hasn't got the UV lighting, so it just makes this mod easier to do. So we're going to basically build this into here where the bulb would have been, like so. So we're going to drill a hole and epoxy this in there. So to take this to bits, you first need to remove a screw here and a screw this side, and if you flip it over you will have some screws there and there. I've already taken these out just to make this video a bit quicker. So now it's just a simple case of lifting this off. There we go. And so this is all been filled in here, because obviously this is the version that doesn't have the UV bulb built in, which is perfect for this mod, because all we need to do here is just drill an hole in here the same size as this, and thread this through down there, and seal it up, make sure it's watertight. Okay, so you can't quite see in here, but there's actually inside of here a tiny little hole right in the middle, so I'm going to use that as a guide to get the centre of this hole. Now the drill bit I'm going to use is one of these. It's the same thickness as the heater, so I'm going to drill the hole now and get. Okay, so now I've drilled the hole, and as you can see it's a nice perfect circle hole right in the middle. You can see on the inside the filter there, hole straight through. So now I'll just fit the heat probe through. So there we go, perfect fit. I shall just drop all the way in like so, and there you go. It's now in, as you can see, and this will be inside the filter like that. So now all we need to do is inside here to seal round this element with 2-part epoxy resin, which is really strong super glue. It's heat resistant, water resistant, all that kind of stuff. And we should also seal it at the top here as well, just to make sure it's watertight. And then we'll simply thread this cable through to where that is there, and then I'll connect it into my the temperature setting that controls the this heat bar. So I'll just glue it in now. What I will do is I'll push this out a bit, put some 2-part epoxy around the silver bit there and around the rubber bit, and then push it down like so. Let that dry, and then I'll seal it from in the inside here round there. I'll use a torch so I can see, and a screwdriver to just dab it around. I'm going to fill the inside of this up about 3 mils, 4 mils, something like that, full of 2-part epoxy, just to really make it really strong. For people that don't know, this hole is where your water comes into the filter, and then back through this and then into your tank. So the water's going to come in here, come past this. This is going to heat the water up, and then the warm water's going to get pumped back out there, back into your tank. So I'll just glue this now, and then show you the next part. Okay, so I've just put it in and glued it now. As you can probably see, it's shining back at the camera. I will put some more on this. This is just to get it to bond so it's nice and straight. I've actually put some cotton wool inside there round the heater, just to keep it in the middle of the tube. So now that's in the centre by that cotton wool. This will dry straight. As soon as this is dry, I'm going to leave it in about an hour just to make sure it's properly cured. And what I shall do then is take this cotton wool out, tip this whole thing upside down, and fill the inside of there with about 3 mils thick of epoxy resin. That'll just keep this heater nice and solid and straight. I mean, it's not going to take any knocks. I mean, when you take this out to clean your filter, I'll have to be careful, you know, not to hit this too hard. You know, put it down carefully. But I'm just going to fill it up with about 3 mils thick of epoxy resin, just to give it that you know, bit of structure, bit of strength to it. So I'm just going to wait for that to dry now, and I'll carry on to the next thing. What I have decided to do is the cable for this heater, which is here. I'm going to put it into this, so it comes out. This one here is the cable for the pump for the filter. I'm just going to run the heater cable, which is this one, into this here, and then out at the side of this one. This will prevent, if you pull this heater cable, it'll prevent it. This will stop the heater cable pulling on this and, you know, damaging the seal. That's a much better way of doing this than what I said I was going to do, which was go straight out the top of the filter. So I'll let that dry and I'll get on to the next part. Okay, so this is the external temperature sensor. Obviously, this senses the temperature of your fish tank water and turns the heater on or off. So this would normally go in your fish tank along with your heater. Now obviously, because the heater's now in the filter, if I was to leave this in a tank and for whatever reason the filter stops pumping water into your fish tank water's going to get cold, which means that this temperature sensor will trigger and turn your heater on, which means that your heater will turn on that's in your heater, and it'll stay on, which is just bad because it'll get hot on hot. So we're going to have to mount this inside the filter as well. So if your filter stops pumping water into your fish tank, this will still read the temperature of the water in your filter. It just stops your heater from getting so hot. So what simple way to do this is to again drill another hole where you put your filter in, and just to push this in a bit, and again do the same like we did with the heater, just epoxy resin it, fix it in. That way, as your pump's taking the water, your filter's taking the water away from your heater, this will still read the correct temperatures, and then if your filter was to stop working, obviously the water around the heater will get up to the right temperature, and this will sense it and turn it off. You could wire 2 temperature sensors, one in your filter and one in your fish tank, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep this nice and simple. What you might find though by doing this is, say like I've set my thermometer to 26 Celsius, I might need to set it for 27 Celsius to get 26 Celsius. Again, that's because this is in with the heater, so it's been calibrated to be away from the heater, and now we're putting this close. Not a problem, because you just set your your temperature setting to 27 if you want 26. So that's not a problem. If you wanted to set it at 26, then you could use 2 of these temperature sensors. You just join them together and put one of them in your fish tank, and obviously one next to your heater for safety. But I'm just going to use the one because it's simple and easy, and it's not much of a problem to set your temperatures to 27 to get 26. So that's what I'm going to do. So this is the drill bit I used to drill the hole for the heater to go in. This is a drill bit, I think it's a 19. Am I reading that right? I can't quite see. Yeah, it's a size 19. This goes through nice and easy. Just keep your drill nice and straight and level. Go easy drilling through, and slightly keep putting pressure on it. And it chews through the plastic nice and easy. And that is the right size for this particular heater. Obviously, if you're using a different type of heater like from mine, then you'll have to find out what size you want. All I simply did is put this up against the filter at the end to see how thick it was, and this is just right. The filter fits through this hole nice and snug. So if you're using the same the heater as me, it's number 19. So the drill bit for this temperature heater is a size 8. Okay, so well, there was a little hole here, a circle hole that had been filled in like this part, because obviously it wasn't used, and it just turns out that it's a perfect circle for this temperature sensor to go in. So all I've done is just drilled the hole out that they filled up. I'm going to put the sensor in like so, and again epoxy glue that inside there. This hole goes inside of where this heater is, so it'll be able to sense what temperature it's heating the water up at. So as you can see, there's now 2 cables like so, which will go out to there. So I'll just glue that in now. So the glue's now dried, and this is what we're left with. You'll have to excuse the mess in the background, but that's basically it. And now just turn it upside down, like so. And I'll try and show you inside here. You can see that on the right hand side there is the temperature probe, and you can see the 2-part epoxy glue that I just poured in there. And now this is rock solid now. So I'm going to put all this back together now and try it out. Okay, so after trying to put the top cover on, this part was too long, it was stopping the cover going on, so I've just cut round it and moved it down here, like that. This bit, just cut it off and moved it down there. Doesn't affect it. You've got to expect these when you're doing these kind of modifications, but I'll just put the top on now and it should go on nice and neatly there. Okay, so there we go, it's all back together now. And as you can see, the heater there goes into, you can't quite see it because of my camera, but there's a hole here that goes straight down. You'll know if you obviously got one of these filters. So I'm just going to put it on the top now and give it a test. Okay, so it's now on, and you'll see here I've now got 3 cables coming out here, obviously one for the filter. This is for the heater. This will plug into this one to control the heater there, as you can't quite see. I highly recommend you get these plugs. Just makes it easier to pull out. They're just a quick release thing, so you can take the whole filter with you when you want to clean it out. And I've got to get a plug for this one, but this is for the temperature sensor. which goes on to this end here. So I'm just going to get another one of these, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one with 3 prongs in and use 2 this way, so if I ever get mixed up, I can't put the wrong ones into the wrong socket. So yeah, that's that. Well, I got some really bad news. It worked! There we go, look, 26.6 Celsius, and if we look at the temperature in there, 26.7, so it works. This is a separate temperature sensor that's just in there. You can probably see it over there just hanging around there, look. And so yeah, that's the temperature of my tank, and that is the temperature inside the filter where the heater is. 26.6. 20, there we go, 26.4. Spot on. And there you go, that's it. Job's a good one. Nice and compact. I am aware you can buy the external heaters that you plumb into your pipes, but as you probably already know, they're very expensive. This cost me what, about £3 in glue, and the odd drill bit that I had laying around. So yeah, that's it. I'll put in the item description the heater that I am using, which is it's RS/808. You can buy these off eBay. This one cost me £12, free postage. Supplier in the UK. It's a brilliant little heater as well. Just never let me down. So there we go. Yeah, no leaks. I'll check it again tomorrow. And in a few months' time, I'll just check this seal around the heater. But I'm pretty confident I won't have no problems with this. So there you go. You would probably have to do this with other external filters, but you'd have to have a look into it. But this is All Pond Solutions 1400 litres without the UV, because obviously this is where the UV is. Because this hasn't got the UV, they've just left it all blank, so I've just used that to my advantage, and that's where I've put the heater. So you'll have to buy one of these without the UV bulbs, and then you can do exactly what I've done. This will also work on the smaller versions of this, and obviously the bigger ones. So there we go. Nice and neat now. No horrible looking heater in my actual tank. And if this filter stops pumping, obviously the heater inside won't get really hot, because the temperature sensor's in there with it. So what will happen is if this stops, the water will heat up in here. As we all know, heat rises. The temperature sensor's at the top. You saw where I placed it, and that'll turn the heater off. So there we go. One thing to note with these external filters is they're rated at, let's have a look, 35 Celsius. So as long as the temperature doesn't go over that, you'll be fine. But I mean, we only go to 26 Celsius, so that's way under the maximum temperature that this filter can actually handle. So that's it. If anybody else has a go at this or tries it, let me know. Tell me how it goes. The epoxy glue I used was just the normal cheap stuff, nothing special. You just make sure you mix it up really well and use loads of it. Just do what I did. I got a really good seal, obviously, because got no leaks. All the cables come out of the original hull as well, which makes it nice and neat. Just add one of these there to plug your heater in. If you want to use the heaters where they have temperature control dials actually on top of the heater, you could do that, and then you could just have the control out the top of here. Obviously you'd have to cut some of this plastic inside there away, so you can get to the dial, but I'd recommend just using one of these heaters because they're a lot better, and they're made out of stainless steel, so they won't explode as well like the glass ones can do. So yeah, that's all done, and hopefully it should be fine. I will post on this video in a few months' time just to let everybody know how it's going. But if anything was going to go, it would have gone by now. Obviously you have to make sure there's no air trapped in this filter before you turn the heater on. But everybody always makes sure there's no air trapped in these external filters anyway, so that's not a problem. So subscribe, and I shall be doing some more mods and stuff to this fish tank in the future. I might be doing a next a UV plumbing, a UV light in there on one of the pipes. I think that's about it for this tank. I have also be changing the lights to LED ones. Well, I've actually already done it, but I'll save that for another video. And obviously, if you check out my other videos, I've got some more videos on other mods that I've done on fish tanks. So yeah, check it out and let us know what you think.